Time. If only Nan had more time. He's been working tirelessly for the last 5 days to prepare for the feast. Working in the royal palace is certainly rewarding, but these feasts and celebrations are certainly exhausting for a chef like him. He often has to work very long hours and sometimes has to change the menu of the meal. The prince can be a very picky man, so Nan works hard to make sure that his recipes are perfect and that he has all the needed ingredients. Nan checks his list one more time. He reads that tonight we will be having noodles and sauce, roasted duck, and lots of rice wine. Do I have enough noodles? Nan thinks, and he runs over to the supply closet to check. He removes the jar from the closet and opens it up. It is packed full of delicious dried noodles, just waiting to be cooked. Smiling, Nan thinks about what an amazing invention noodles are. Most people don't think of food as being an invention, but Nan thinks noodles are a very important invention. He made these noodles almost 1 year ago, and they are still safe to eat and delicious today. This is probably one of the best ways to preserve food. I bet that people around the world will eat noodles for the rest of time, Nan thinks with a smile. Time to get back to the list. The duck will need to be roasted soon, and hopefully no last minute changes are involved with tonight's feasts, Nan hopes. Nan takes a moment to check on the rice wine. So he walks into the next room where the large vases are stored for the guests. Rice wine is a serious cultural drink and is served at only the best parties. It is Nan's job to make sure there is rice wine and lots of it, for the prince must always impress his guests who travel from far away. Sometimes the guests are members of the royal family, and other times they are kings or queens from nearby countries. Whoever may come, Nan's job is to make sure everyone enjoys their time at these royal celebrations. Back to the rice wine. Nan sees that there are 6 total vases filled up to the top with the best drink. Seeing that there will be more than enough, he double checks that labels are visible on the vases. They look nice, and Nan smiles at the work his fellow cooks have done. He heads back to the kitchen to find a surprise. Suddenly the messenger runs into the kitchen. The prince has demanded deer instead of duck. Deer instead of duck. But the duck is almost ready to be roasted, and we have no deer in the barn outside. I'll have to make a whole new menu, Nan cries. The messenger, still excited and loud, says, he demands deer and nothing else. You must get to it. Nan calls his assistants in. Gather round, people. The prince has changed his mind. We will be preparing deer for the guests tonight. Many of Nan's fellow workers shrug and frown, seeing all their hard work might go to waste. Nan explains the plan. Since we already have the duck and vegetables ready, let's start roasting the duck. It'll be a good backup dish in case something goes wrong. But we still need a side dish for the deer. Lee, put together some vegetables and begin cooking them. I will go to the butcher to see if I can find a deer last minute. Nan grabs his coat and runs out to the market in hopes that he can find a deer to serve the prince. He must make sure it's perfect.